I'm very pleased to be here today in the ITU studio with Jasna Matic, State Secretary for the Digital Agenda for the Republic of Serbia. Jasna, thank you very much for being with us today.
The pleasure is all mine to be here today.
I'd like to start off by asking you, the Leadership Summit at ITU Telecom World 2012 is going to be focusing on fostering and managing innovation. What can the government sector do to enable innovation to flourish?
I think in our sector it is really important, but it is also a big challenge to enable innovation, because the pace of the technology development in our sector is so much quicker than in any other sector. So when you make regulation, you need to be flexible enough, and you need to be able to see forward to enable the companies to implement innovation. At the same time, you need to create a competitive scene for them so they don't get relaxed and they need to innovate in order to cater to the needs of their customers.
What do you perceive the principal roles of ICTs to be in encouraging and enabling innovation?
I think the ICTs now are the key platform for innovation across sectors, across all the segments of public policy, but also all the segments of social and economic life. So we now have the tool which provides new momentum and new impetus to the innovation which comes from the bottom up, but also from the top down. I think we're very fortunate to be in this sector now.
As an active supporter of the ITU Girls in ICT initiative, how important are debates such as the Ministerial Roundtable on Gender at Telecom World 2012 in moving forward the position of women and girls in ICT, do you think?
The top-level dialogue on this topic, I think, is of key importance, because girls, but also parents and teachers and communities need to understand that women can have leadership roles in this sector. They can have great careers, they can be very successful, and this can be a really good choice for life, career, and success for their daughters, for their nieces, for their neighbors, for all the girls in the world.
Meeting the demand for spectrum in the mobile broadband age is a key topic at Telecom World 2012. What role can regulators and governments play in resolving this issue, particularly in respect to the digital dividend?
This is one of the key challenges before all of us, because there's so much demand for spectrum coming from various stakeholders, and the regulators and the governments need to find the fine balance, which also is dynamic and changing in time, in order to satisfy the needs of the telecom operators, of the broadcasters, but also of other sectors like the defense sector, which also has demands for spectrum, as do the police and some other services in the country. What needs to be kept in mind is that this is a dynamic balance which will be changing, and like the innovation, this needs to be a flexible approach which allows for changes and for innovation.
And finally, I'd like to ask you, what's the key value in you attending ITU Telecom World events, and what's the main message you'd like to convey to its uniquely influential audience?
I think it is really important for all of us to come together and to think about the future of the industry, because with the pace of development that our industry has, it is such a challenge for all of us to keep up with it and to do our little part, whatever that part it is, to make it a piece of this great and fascinating puzzle that we all put together now.
Jasna Matic, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.